Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Morning Rush. This is the morning empowerment call for heart-centered entrepreneurs up to make change in the world. And if you are here, thank you for being part of that change. Good morning. This is one of my favorite songs for getting pumped up for mindset, reminding me of the gift of life and the power of mindset and dropping us right in. That's a song. I don't know how you guys feel, but the moment I hear that, doon, 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 I'm like, let's go. Coach Money Coach Chris, I practiced your name in the mirror this morning and I still messed it up. I don't know why. It's great. Money Coach Chris, we're talking about the entrepreneurial mindset. What are some specific things that like some specific points that you think of an entrepreneur's mindset that's really important that every entrepreneur should have? Do you have a couple points for us this morning?
Yeah, I do actually. So for me, one of my biggest things that I talk about with my clients is getting to a neutral mindset. Because as entrepreneurs, sometimes we can make a lot of very emotional decisions. And sometimes that's great. And sometimes it's not. So I always like to look at things from like a neutral mindset. And there's this book. I don't know. I know we all like to read, right? But it's called It Takes What It Takes by Trevor Moawad. This was life-changing for me, especially because I tend to be super positive and make a lot of emotional decisions. So for me, being in a neutral mindset is a key element of something, a tool that we can have in our toolbox for entrepreneurs.
That's great. And I think that's out of the box, like not something everyone would say. I was looking through at the mindset I have and how it shifted as being an entrepreneur over time. I had myself only as an artist, not an entrepreneur, which was so weird because I've been selling things and like I've been an entrepreneur since I was a child. My parents said I was like doing yard sales and making ads in the paper, like classifieds and all this stuff. They didn't teach me how to do that. I was just like, come on, I got to make money. Um, so, one of those things I was thinking about is I had a vision and I had a goal. Like I have a Nintendo, it's outdated. I have a black and white TV. I want a color one and I want a new system. So what do I need to do? I need to like sell some things and I need to like put some things together so there's organization, there's some focus and discipline. Um, and then as you grow your business, I think about resilience, adaptability, being creative, something a lot of entrepreneurs don't think about. As someone who coaches creative professionals and entrepreneurs every day, I talk to them about their creativity and they're like, oh, I do sales or I'm an engineer. And everything we do is a creation and a choice. And I think about this group too, continuous learning and improvement. And one of my favorites, self-care and work-life balance. But it's great to have all these things. But the language of business is risk, right? So if we don't have a sense of risk and risk taking, then I personally believe risk is one of the greatest things. I'm looking at Peter Swain right now, and I'm just curious, Peter, you got a couple points for us on like what every entrepreneur's mindset should include or what yours is?
Enjoy the journey because most likely you're not going to reach the destination. Only 1% of businesses succeed, which means that you're either 99 to 100 lucky or more skilled than the other 100 people that think they're all going to do it, or you're deluded. The most likely option is you're deluded. Therefore, enjoy it. All of the chaos and freedom that it all brings has to be aligned with you so that if it doesn't succeed, you look at the experience and go, I'm glad I had that experience. So I think that many people enter entrepreneurship seeking a destination, and it's not the destination, it's the journey. That would be number one. And number two would be, it's not hard. It's just a set of very simple rules that you need to follow in order to make it work. And you're probably going to overcomplicate everything. And number three would be find out what they want, go and get it and give it to them. That's like the easiest rule there is. And number four would be wake up every day going, how do I add more value to my team, to my stakeholders, my customers? Just stay in the space of how do I add value to everybody attached to this thing? And chances are you'll win. I could probably do another 300, but let's just set with those.
That's great. That's perfect, Peter. Thank you. I really, really appreciate some of that. And I hear all of it. I appreciate all of it. The destination aspects, like being willing, learning, growing as you go. I heard like having fun. Like what's it for? If you're not enjoying it, why are you doing it? Cara, you have your hand raised and you had so much value here yesterday. I wondered if you'd like to share some as well.
Well,
Just,
this
give us a
conversation's about
quick fix.
mindset, right? Mindset shift,
Entrepreneur's mindset.
right?
What is the mindset points of an entrepreneur? Like, what are the things that we should specifically, the mindset we might want to practice so that we can be a great entrepreneur?
Having games. I just love games. I'm no longer on a journey for career. Like career isn't a conversation for me. It's just games, right? And then circumstances versus breakdowns and pivot, like playing a game, teams and teamwork, right? And also I don't know if we talked about this yesterday, the language, creating language, like empowering language, which trains the brain. But I've been doing some research and apparently that's not what psychotherapists believe. I don't know. That's what I believe. So it's all an opinion. So yeah, training the brain, playing games, teams and teamwork. And just once you have that freedom, there's just a clearing of opportunity.
I love the gamification.
Can I need to come in here with this real fast, Ben, because Cara,
you're also hosting, so you can come in anytime you want.
Yes, I know, but Cara, what you just said right there, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, the games. And when we were talking about the mindset of entrepreneurship, right? If you think of an entrepreneur, you're all creative. An entrepreneur is a creative person, whether it's creative in operations or creative in making something, right? In some aspect, you're creative, right? So for me, if you've heard me speak, I say three things at the beginning of every time I speak. One is everything is made up. 2, there are no rules, and 3, no one's in charge. So if you're playing the game of entrepreneurship, you get to make up whatever you want. And you get to create the rules that you want. And then your rules dictate who's in charge. So I had to point that out again, because as entrepreneurs, think about all the wonderful things that we get to create and make up. I love it. I just had to point that out.
Thank you, Money Coach Chris. What's the last one again? You're not no one else is in charge of you?
So everything's made up. There are no rules and no one's in charge.
No one's in charge. Interesting.
Yeah.
Not even yourself?
Well, so then you get to make the life you want to live. You create your rules, and your rules dictates who's in charge.
Okay. I like that.